Welcome back, everybody, to the Dragon Slayer. My name is Wade, and this is my show, Adventure On. I don't make very many episodes about Adventure On, so this is kind of special. So, about a month ago, my wife and I made a trip down south to see a couple of attractions that we were interested in. She brought them to my attention, and one of them is called the Ark Encounter, and the other one is called the Creation Museum. I am guessing that they're either affiliated or owned by the same people, organization, group, whatever, just because they're kind of similar in the sense that their gift shops have a lot of overlap in the same materials. It looks like they have the same like authors for their books. Both places have very similar layouts and color schemes. It definitely feels that there's a theme there. You can buy online. You can buy your tickets, and the websites are linked to each other, so you can like go and buy tickets for the Ark and tickets for the Creation Museum, and you can even get a parking pass for both of them. So go ahead and check out my video about the Creation Museum if you're interested in that. We are interested in that because we're Christians. We believe in Jesus and we believe in creation, and therefore the ark happened because it's in the Bible, and the Bible's true. So, one thing that we didn't know, and we don't know how we got this idea, but we thought that they were near each other, like maybe the parking lot was in the center, or they were both on the same property. We don't know how we got that idea. That is not true. They're about a half an hour away from each other. I think it was like 23, 25 minutes away from each other. It wasn't a big deal. And where we got our hotel was actually kind of like in the middle. And there's actually like a hotel adjacent to the Ark, and it's like I forget the chain, but it's a well known established chain. It's not like a mom and pop small potatoes thing. So point is there's lots of places to stay um, that are nearby both. If you're interested in going and checking it out, I lost my mouse. If you're interested in going and checking it out, there is the address right there. And it's in Kentucky, which is about 6.5, 7 hours from my house. The Ark Encounter is. Um, the Ark Encounter was further south than the Creation Museum. So that's why I said about 6.5, because it was about 6 to the Ark Encounter. Um, like I said, go ahead and look at my video for the Creation Museum because there's lots of similarities. And what I mean by that is, I didn't know what to expect going to this. Like I said, my wife was like, "Hey, I heard about this thing. I really want to go check it out." And I was like, "Yes, babe, let's do that." And really similar. What I mean by that is very professional, very nice. Everything was super clean. Everything. It was like Disney quality. What I mean by that is it felt like a theme park. Super clean. Trash is everywhere. To throw away stuff is what I'm talking about. Um, Staff everywhere, like, just nice people in uniform, nice people. Everyone we talked to, super nice. And not just like the people behind the registers that, sold us our souvenirs, but people walking by, all their employees were super nice. Very much like a Chick-fil-A thing where like hospitality is a big deal. Um, Not surprising with a Christian organization. But like I said, I didn't know what I was getting into. So that's what their website looks like. There's their address. Take a look at the map. There's a lot here. There's way more than I thought. So you can see like on the right where the buses are, you actually park at a small distance away, and then there's like a travel bus that takes you the rest of the way. Um, and so you come in, there's the Answers Center, and it's kind of like a small greeting area, bottles of cold water, snacks, food, small like little cafe, like restaurant there. And then the first thing that we did was go to the carousel. There's a virtual reality attraction that does cost a little bit extra, so we didn't do that. There's a playground for small kids, was really cool. Noah's Village was neat. I mean, you can see the Ark from quite some distance. There's a zoo. We didn't go to the buffet. We did go to the zoo and we saw the kangaroos. So let me turn on the slideshow here. Um, that's me with the Ark. It's gigantic. It's huge, megalopolis, gigantic. There's the kangaroos. So you can actually get in the enclosure with the kangaroos. And if they get close enough to you, that's the inside of the walls. So, like, that's the exterior wall. If you get close enough to the kangaroos and the kangaroos decide to touch you, you can touch them. But they have to make the decision. So that was pretty cool. We got really close to kangaroos. It's there's 3 levels of the Ark that you can go in. Right there it is. um, Great exhibits, wonderful, more information than you could ever go over. Give yourself like 6 hours to really drink it in. There's a lot of reading. I took a lot of pictures of like different exhibits. There's the actual door, the actual, like, it's all supposed to be to scale, right? The actual door. There's, looking through the levels and looking through the layers. Um, just really cool. It's a lot of dinosaurs. Get ready for that. Um, Living quarters, just really cool. There's the ramp that goes up to the door on the outside, and the gift shop is in like the basement. Lots of there's the carousel that we did first. If you know me, I'm a carousel person. That is a joke from where I work. But that's the whole thing right there. Uh, Beautiful, beautiful. Looks like the pictures are going to start over. Beautiful. I was awestruck with the size of it, and then the attention that they put into building everything. Um, so many of the displays are wonderfully set up and handcrafted. All sorts of great art in there. Goes over different parts of the world and how they all tell a flood story. Just all sorts of great information. There was a lot of reading. At the Creation Museum, I saw a place that you could scan a QR and it would play the audio. So bring headphones. I didn't see that here at the Ark, but I probably just missed it. It was probably there all along. And there's different exhibits about the ancient world, ancient Rome, ancient Greece, how they did this, how they did that. There's a lot of reading, so give yourself time so you can walk around. There's a lot of people. There was church groups there, kids. Um, just an insane amount to go through. So, like I said, give yourself 5 or 6 hours. I suggested like 6 hours for each, the Ark Encounter, and 6 hours for the Creation Museum. Check the calendar, check ahead, because the kangaroo event didn't start until like 1 p.m. that day, and it went until like I think 5. So the point is it opened and it closed. Each one of them has theaters with special shows. There's stuff that costs a little bit extra, like the zip lining, the virtual reality show. So there are some extras. And like I said, there was cafes and things like that there. We didn't get any food there, but everything seemed to be reasonably priced. So when I say it was Disney quality, it wasn't super expensive or anything like that. T-shirts and stuff in the gift shop were all pretty reasonable, like you'd get a T-shirt in the store. Um, just really cool, really cool. If you're interested in ancient, Christian information about how the world worked or how things were, this is a great place to come and visit. Um, Being a believer, it just poured more information into the cracks. All sorts of great exhibits, wonderful employees. I can't say enough good things. We did have a really good visit. And it was a great time. Like I said, it's about 6.5, 7 hours south. Traffic was a little nuts in Cincinnati, but whatever. Anyways, I had a great time. Kudos to my wife for suggesting it, and thank you for spending your time here with us at the Dragon's Lair.